to Subi's Kitchen. Today I'm coming to you from Maine. I'm on vacation, so I have no makeup. I'm making fish chowder. I'm a registered dietitian and we're gonna be using haddock today, fresh from the Atlantic Ocean. So first I'm gonna be putting some bacon. I've chopped up a whole pound of bacon and I'm gonna cook the whole thing, even though I'm not gonna use all of this in my chowder. So it is gonna be healthy, just a little bit goes a long way. And then I'll save the rest of the bacon for later. So I've had my stock pot heating up, so it's nice and hot. And I'm just gonna cook it all in here. And then when it's finished, I'll drain it, and then I'll save the rest of the bacon for another use. And we'll use it for other things later. Now there's a little bit of fat in here. I'm not gonna use all of this. I'm just gonna use a little bit, and I'll put the rest in a jar and toss it out. So while we can be eating healthy and we can eat some things that people might think are not so healthy, we don't have to be excessive. A little bit of fat that we saved, the rest we threw away, but we put a little bit in there just with some of the brown bits, which is really good flavor. I have 2 bell peppers. Now I'll put all the ingredients on the YouTube channel, so you'll be able to see that. So I'm putting in 2 peppers. They're chopped up, diced. Okay, so the onions and the peppers are just wilted. I'm gonna put the potatoes in now. I have red and Yukon gold potatoes, and I don't peel them. I like the skin, and it's better for you. So I just give it a stir. And now I'm gonna put my stock in. And again, like I said, I'm gonna put the ingredients listed so you can see what the proportions are. Now this is canned stock because we couldn't find any that doesn't have shellfish in it in this great state of Maine. So we had to buy it, but there's a seafood restaurant near here that uses this stock. So I figured if it was good enough for them, it's good enough for us. All right, so we're gonna stir that around. We're gonna cook the potatoes. I'm gonna add one more thing. This is my secret. And don't judge me for this, it's creamed corn. It's very delicious in here. I don't normally eat creamed corn by itself, but in here it's really good. And I think that it makes it. We're gonna let that come back up to a boil. So when the potatoes and the stock get back up to boiling, just simmer them until the potatoes are just fork tender, probably about 10 minutes. So in the meantime, I have taken the rest of my bacon over here in a pile, put it in some foil, and I'm gonna put it in the freezer because it has a tendency to disappear while you're making the soup if you don't get it away. All right. So I have about a ½ cup of chopped cooked bacon. I'm gonna put it in. My potatoes are just fork tender, but they're not mushy. We don't want them to be mushy because they're gonna keep cooking. So I'm putting my bacon in here. And remember, I already put the rest in the freezer. I'm putting in parsley. This is about a ½ cup, maybe a little bit more parsley. You can do whatever you like. If you don't like parsley, you can put something else in there. Then I have a cup and a half of milk and half mixed. If you wanted to make this super rich, you could use heavy cream. I don't like it that way. I like it to be just a little bit of milk, but mostly broth. All right, so I'm mixing that up. Now, this is important. So this is a couple tablespoons of cornstarch that I have mixed with cold water. Now the important part here is the cold water. Okay, because if you make it warm water, then it's gonna get lumpy. And you mix it, and then once you're about to put it in, you have to usually mix it again because it starts to settle in the bottom. Then when you put it in, it starts to thicken up right away. And I don't like it super thick. You could add more if you like. I like it to have a little bit of body, but not to be thick and gloppy. Sometimes people like chowder like that. I do not. So now what I will do, this is pretty hot still. Now if I was at home and I was using shellfish, I would use a combination of haddock and shellfish. About 2 pounds probably also. But this I'm doing all the haddock and I'm putting it in. Now this is really hot. The liquid is hot. So I'm gonna just put that in there. Stir it around for a few minutes. I'm gonna actually turn it off because I'm using an electric burner. It's gonna continue to, the heat's gonna be on. And if I cook it too much, it's gonna be dried out. I don't like that. It'll be rubbery. All right, so I let the chowder sit for about 15 minutes when I turned it off. And now we're getting ready to taste it. So this is my mother. She's visiting from Pennsylvania. This is Carly, she lives here. And Quinn is not here, but I'm wearing her apron. And her parents, her fabulous parents, are letting us stay here. We're gonna try this. All right, come on, Carly, dig in. Oh, so good. Great.
That is yummy.
Next time on Subi's Kitchen.